What is the relationship between Nick Cannon and the Passport Brothers SYSBM movement? This is Nick Cannon, an American rapper, television entertainer. He's worth several millions of dollars, and he comes from a quite well to do family. He has 8 children by 5 different women, and as of this video, he has 2 more children on the way. He was married to one of these women, one of the 5, of course, the famous singer Mariah Carey. And he has not had any criminal misgivings in terms of his relationship with these women. So all of these relationships have been consensual relationships. So what does this have to do with the SYSBM movement and the Passport Brothers movement? Before we answer that question, we have to consider this. Of these 5 women, there was only one woman who required marriage before she offered up her reproduction to him, okay? This is Mariah Carey, and before Mariah Carey had children for him, she wanted to be a wife. This is him proposing to him, and I assume that they were married in France. That looks like the Eiffel Tower. But she required marriage before she had the children. So I know that Mariah Carey wanted to be a wife. But the other 4 women, I know that they only wanted to be mothers. I shouldn't say only, but they wanted to be mothers before being a wife. And how do I know this? Because all of the 8 children that were born to Nick Cannon from these other 4 different women were all born before June 24th, 2022. And of course, this is in America, so if you Google that date, you'll understand why that date is so important, okay? So let's discuss the difference between women who want to be mothers and women who want to be wives. Because clearly there's a difference between Mariah Carey and the other 4 women, right? And this is my opinion. This is the way I see things. This is what I've come to understand in my time on this planet, okay? Women that want to be mothers, they're looking for the best DNA, the best partner possible. DNA-wise, physically wise, social status wise. So in such a situation, the person who presents themselves in a way that is the best physical, socio-economic, possible partner to reproduce with, okay? But what a wife is looking for is someone to build a family with, a family builder. So of course the difference here is, if I'm looking for the best DNA possible, how we get along, does he have a vision, does he want to marry me? These are immaterial. These things don't matter. What matters is, am I physically attracted to him? Do I want to have a child that looks like him? Will I gain in social status if I have a child from him? These are all things that are centered around what this person's DNA and replicating it can do for my life in particular, and for my situation as in what is best for me. What do I want? But family builders are people who are looking to lead a family. And someone who wants a wife, or a wife who wants to be a wife, is looking for someone that's trying to build a family. Women who want to be mothers see fathers as an optional role. So you'll see sometimes, especially on near Mother's Day, you'll see, or Father's Day actually, you'll see posts like, I'm the mother and the father. Or you'll see things like, I'll raise my child with the village's help. Things of that nature. And of course there are situations where women have children and it's not ideal. But a woman going into the marriage understanding the role of the father, or even having a child understanding the role of the father, is much different than going into raising a child thinking that the role of the father is optional. Even you'll see sometimes when people break up, If a woman understands how important the role of the father is, she'll think as if the father's role is necessary. So even if they're not together, she won't fight. She won't put up resistance for letting the children spend time with their father, even if their relationship ended on bad terms. But the person who fights the father to not let those children spend time with him, they don't see the father role as necessary. They see it as optional. And lastly, women who want to be mothers see family in emotional terms. They think of how it's going to make me feel. I want a family, it will make me happy. I want a child. And you'll see this in communities like single mothers by choice. If you hear women speaking, they're not speaking about, I want what's best for my child. They're speaking about, I want a child because I want a family. I want. It'll make me happy. Not, what is the best situation for my child? Which of course means women who want to be wives see the logical need for why a family is important. Two is more than one. A father, a strong central parental or fatherly unit will give the family direction and stability. May not be exciting. He may not be the person with the quote unquote best DNA, but he will steer the ship. He will put my children in the best possible situation for them to succeed later in life. And that is not emotional, that is logical. So simply put, men are looking for wives. SYSBMers, passport brothers, they're looking for women who want to be wives. Now, of course, they're not marrying all of these women, but there's a simple point in almost any intimate relationship where the topic of we might possibly have a child come up. And there are two camps under which the female in this situation will reply. Oh, you don't have to marry me to have a child, or I'm not going to have a child for you unless you marry me. Men are going overseas because they want the second one. The second one is a woman who values not only the man because he can have a child and the child will be great looking or good looking or tall or he's well off, but because she sees more needs down the road for the child than just birthing the child and being happy. And men are going overseas because they want women that want to be a wife, want to work with them, want to build the financial and economic and emotional stability block of the culture they're living in so that their children have the best opportunity to succeed. And to my gentlemen that are doing this, I say kudos to you, because you deserve to raise your children in a solid family, and your children deserve the best opportunity to survive. And every metric that you read will point to how the two-parent family is the best thing for children. So if you're going overseas looking for that, sounds like you're a pretty rational human being who's looking for the best for him and his family. Kudos to you, sir. Until the next video.